recognize the member from Saskatchewan Rivers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have continued to press this government. Why can't they seem to cut any taxes, particularly the provincial carbon tax on fuel? The NDP government in Manitoba just announced they will suspend their province fuel tax. Even the Manitoba NDP seem to understand how to cut taxes better than this government. The real reason they won't cut any of their taxes is because that's how they fund their ever-growing bureaucracy. They continue to create and grow government agencies, middle management, and self-serving bureaucrats. They are replicating Ottawa right here in Regina, Mr. Speaker. Why won't this government embrace the conservative values of small government, less taxes, and less bureaucrats?
Recognize the member from Saskatchewan Rivers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I was disturbed to hear in the government's throne speech a recommitment to being net zero by 2050. This government likes to make a show out of its opposition to the federal Trudeau government's 2030 emission targets. However, this is just a subsection of the federal government's stated goal of net zero by 2050. The federal government passed the Canadian Net Zero Emissions Accountability Act in June of 2021. It enshrines in legislation their commitment to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. Shockingly, this government opposition has agreed to the Trudeau's Liberal net zero plan by 2050. They recommitted to it in their throne speech, Mr. Speaker. Why would this government commit to net zero in 2050 in complete compliance with the federal Liberals' stated objective?
Recognize the member from Saskatchewan Rivers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let's be completely clear. Net zero by 2050 is the agenda of the Trudeau Liberals. In my communications with residents across the province, they have been very clear. They do not want net zero. The Fraser Institute states the following: if this plan is allowed to continue, it will cause economic and social harms that will take decades to fix. In 2023, if something has the word net zero attached to it, Canadians should say net no thanks. Further, they say the sectors at net zero will be most catastrophic for our agriculture and oil and gas. These are the two pillars of Saskatchewan's economy. Net zero for Saskatchewan means our energy and agriculture sectors are gone. Why is this government insisting on following the Trudeau government agenda by committing to net zero to 2050?